What happens when a player who's been out of the NBA for over 2 years attempts a comeback? That's the question looming over Lonzo Ball as he prepares to return to the Chicago Bulls.
You'll be prepared for the upcoming season, you think?
Plan. We'll be back on the court, man.
Lonzo Ball underwent 3 major surgeries to repair his left knee. Surgeries including an experimental cartilage transplant and meniscus transplant. He would be set to make history as the first NBA player to return after such surgeries. Since news broke on the severity of his case, many people doubted he would be able to run and jump again, let alone continue a basketball career and play at the highest level. Once proclaimed a prodigy and the future of the league by his father, LaVar Ball.
Are you saying Lonzo better than LeBron? Yes.
You think he can be as good as Steph Curry in the NBA?
Heck no. He's going to be better than Steph Curry in the NBA.
He's a 2-time MVP.
He can be a 10-time MVP. I still don't think he's better than my son.
Lonzo's career has been plagued by media scrutiny and tremendously high expectations.
Stephen A., a couple weeks ago, you said you were concerned that he might be a bust. How scared are you now?
I'm nervous.
Stephen A., take us
I'm
home.
petrified.
He's not a superstar and he's not a star. And to me, he's a bust.
Now, with a surgically reconstructed left knee and a mountain of doubt to overcome, the big question is, will Lonzo ever be the same? Can he return to the form and player he was when he took the Chicago Bulls to the top of the Eastern Conference, right before tragedy struck?
Lonzo Ball's season is done.
This upcoming season will be the final year of Lonzo's 4-year contract, and he's got a lot to prove, not just to the Bulls, but to any future teams. Will he come back and destroy any future doubt, or will his story be another tale of what could have been? Let's be real, Lonzo Ball is now a household name, but that wasn't always the case. Our first glimpse of his greatness was back in 2016, when the Chino Hills Huskies took the nation by storm.
Their undefeated team is ranked #1 in the entire country.
And nobody knew about Chino Hills until a couple years ago. Now everybody know about it.
This once unknown public high school became an overnight sensation, powered by a trio of brothers who were simply unstoppable. Senior Lonzo Ball, junior LiAngelo Ball, and the youngest, 14-year-old freshman prodigy LaMelo Ball. Together, the Ball brothers didn't just play basketball, they dominated, leading the Huskies to an undefeated 35-0 season while skyrocketing to the #1 national ranking and securing a national title. Lonzo, the leader of the pack, had everyone's attention, from scouts to media, with his jaw-dropping stats. That season, Lonzo averaged a triple-double with 23.9 points, 11.5 assists, 11.3 rebounds, and added some solid defense with 5.1 steals per game. Max Preps named Lonzo the Male Athlete of the Year. Max Preps also has him ranked in the top 20 best high school athletes of the past 20 years. Lonzo Ball had his pick of scholarship offers, but him choosing to go to UCLA was a no-brainer. He was considered the crown jewel of UCLA's 2016 recruiting class, and his dominance didn't miss a beat as he transitioned to college. That's when his father, LaVar Ball, kicked the hype train into overdrive.
I'm going to tell you right now, he's better than Steph Curry to me. Here, put Steph Curry on UCLA's team right now and put my boy on Golden State and watch what happens.
The Lakers couldn't have been happier with their pick that even Magic Johnson couldn't resist the hype. When Lonzo was drafted 2nd overall by the Lakers in the 2017 NBA draft.
You look to your right, there's some jerseys hanging on that wall. Expect a Ball jersey hanging up there one day, all right? Just leave me 1 or 2 records, okay?
He was drafted above stars like Jason Tatum, De'Aaron Fox, Lauri Markkanen, Donovan Mitchell, and Bam Adebayo. Some people compared him to Jason Kidd because of his play style, while his father made consistent bold claims about him being better than Steph Curry and LeBron James. The expectations for Lonzo couldn't have been any higher as he entered the NBA. Every game, he felt the intense pressure of all eyes on him. After dropping 29 points and recording a triple-double in a rookie summer league game, Lonzo summed it up perfectly. If I play bad the next game, it's going to be right back to he's a bust. For 2 seasons in Los Angeles, we watched Lonzo struggle to find his footing. Countless injuries, relentless scrutiny over Big Baller brand, and a broken jump shot made every step a challenge.
His shot is awful.
He's going to have to fix his shot.
When things weren't clicking, the Lakers decided to package Lonzo up and send him to New Orleans as part of a blockbuster Anthony Davis trade. Away from the bright city lights, Lonzo had the perfect opportunity to reset and elevate his game. His jump shot, which was always a huge part of his game, needed some work. He put in the work while developing a close relationship with Pelicans assistant coach Fred Vinson. Vinson helped Lonzo improve the consistency of his follow-through. The results were immediate.
Lonzo Ball, an improved three-point shooter, drills that.
In his first season with the Pelicans, Lonzo's three-point shooting jumped to a career-high 38%. But despite these strides, Lonzo and the Pelicans couldn't agree on an extension for his rookie contract, signaling that he'd be searching for his third home in just 4 years as the offseason approached. After 2 seasons with the Pelicans, Lonzo Ball signed a 4-year, $85 million deal with the Chicago Bulls as part of a sign and trade. From the start, Lonzo looked like he was right at home, seamlessly fitting in with the Bulls' offense. Surrounded by the talent of DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Alex Caruso, Kobe White, and Nikola Vucevic, Lonzo's playmaking skills helped elevate the team's potential.
Ball to LaVine, showtime! Oh!
The Bulls were stacked and ready to make waves in the Eastern Conference, aiming to recapture some of their former glory. Ball started the season strong and improved his stats from the previous season. He averaged 13 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 5.1 assists per game. Zoe helped the Bulls climb to the top of the Eastern Conference with a 28-15 record. That's when tragedy struck during a game against Golden State on January 14, 2022. Lonzo injured his knee. Without his presence, the Bulls' momentum crumbled and they finished 6th in the East, eventually being knocked out in the first round of the playoffs by the Bucks. In the 2 seasons since Lonzo's absence, the Bulls have struggled, finishing 9th in the East both times. Vucevic recently expressed just how much Lonzo's injury impacted the team. He brought us all together, sped up the game, and meant a lot on defense, guarding the best players alongside Caruso. Although his numbers might not have been impressive, he meant a lot to us. Lonzo Ball's injury was initially reported as a torn meniscus in his left knee, with a minor surgery and a 6 to 8 week recovery timeline. But that 6 to 8 weeks turned into the rest of the season. Lonzo later revealed that after years of recurring knee injuries dating back to his time with the Lakers, there was no more meniscus left, and it was bone on bone.
I had to get actually a new meniscus from a donor. I had to get a bone allograft, and I had to get some new cartilage put in as well.
Despite undergoing surgery, Lonzo continued to experience discomfort and pain throughout the summer, leading to a second surgery in September. However, his progress remained stalled, and the team eventually announced he would miss the entire 2022-2023 season as well. Doctors felt like Ball's injuries were an anomaly and made fixing the exact issue very difficult.
When I first got hurt, we didn't really know what it was. I've seen all type of different doctors and stuff.
Lonzo elected to have his 3rd knee surgery in less than a year. He felt this surgery was required to give him the best chance at ever returning to the court again. Unfortunately, this meant he would miss the entire 2023-2024 season.
I'm just taking it day by day, bro. I just had a really big surgery, hopefully the last one I ever have to get. I'm already out this whole next season.
After the surgery, Lonzo went straight to work, diving into rehab. But with limited progress reports, rumors began swirling about whether he'd ever make it back. Stephen A. Smith even claimed to have resources reporting bad news.
I don't think he'll ever be the same. I've heard that it's even hard for him to get up from the sitting position.
But Lonzo wasn't having any of that and quickly shut down those rumors.
Stephen A., who are your sources, bro? Please tell me who your sources are. Come on, man, you gotta stop yapping. And I'm coming back, man, come on.
Fast forward to today, and Lonzo recently announced on his podcast that he plans to be ready for the Chicago Bulls on the first day of the upcoming 2024-2025 season.
Will you be in a Bulls jersey at the start of the 24 season?
Yes.
Okay.
I firmly believe that. That's the plan that I'm on, and I haven't had any setbacks. I expect to play the first game.
New footage has surfaced showing Lonzo playing full court 5-on-5 basketball for the first time since his injury. While the pace is slow and the defense is pretty relaxed, Lonzo looks surprisingly sharp for someone who's been off the NBA court for 2.5 seasons. This glimpse has given NBA and Bulls fans a renewed sense of hope that he might be close to his long-awaited return. With that being said, Lonzo Ball went through some very serious knee surgeries, many of which are still considered experimental. If Lonzo does make a comeback, it will be nothing short of historic. No NBA player, nor professional athlete for that matter, has ever returned to competition after undergoing either a cartilage transplant or a meniscus transplant. let alone both. Sports medicine MD Brian Sutterer has discussed Lonzo Ball's injuries and surgeries and the success rate of return for athletes who have had cartilage transplants. According to the report, nearly 70% of athletes who had osteochondral allograft transplant knee surgery were able to return to their sport within 16 to 24 months. However, this study focused on high school and recreational athletes without specifying the sport involved or the physical demands required. It also didn't address the potential longevity of an athlete's career at the highest level. Dr. Sutterer analyzed this data and shared his personal opinion on Lonzo's potential return.
The big unknown is, can you get back to basketball at the level you were at? And that's the part that I'm still doubtful of.
How do you feel Lonzo will perform when he makes his highly anticipated return to the Bulls? The team he's coming back to is quite different from the one he left. Key players like DeMar DeRozan, who signed with the Sacramento Kings, and Alex Caruso, who was traded for Josh Giddey, are no longer with the Bulls. This upcoming season will be the final year of Lonzo's 4-year contract, and he's got a lot to prove, not just to the Bulls, but to any future teams. Lonzo has struggled with injuries throughout his career, missing 211 out of 472 games so far. This makes any new contract a bit of a gamble for potential teams. Still, we are all rooting for Lonzo's successful and healthy return. It would be fantastic to see him back in a Bulls uniform and performing at his prime level. As the season approaches, all we can do is wait and see what happens.